Hey, English lovers! Welcome back to the Native English Podcast, brought to you by Native English Stories. I'm Sarah.
And I'm John. Hi, guys. So wonderful to be here with you all today.
How are you doing today, John?
I am doing really well, actually. Something happened to me this morning that I just have to share.
Oh, tell me everything.
So I was at one of those morning networking events, you know the kind, where everyone is standing around with coffee cups trying to look professional and relaxed at the same time.
I know exactly what you mean. The professional, relaxed face. It is one of the hardest looks to pull off.
So difficult, and I was watching people introduce themselves to each other, and I noticed something that really stuck with me.
What did you notice?
Almost every single person said the exact same thing, word for word practically.
What did they say?
Hi, my name is blank. I work at blank. Nice to meet you.
The classic, the standard, the completely forgettable introduction.
Completely forgettable, and I thought there has to be a better way to do this.
There absolutely is, and that is exactly what today's episode is about. How to introduce yourself in a natural, confident, memorable way. Not just my name is, not just I work at, but a real introduction, one that people actually remember, one that opens up a real conversation, one that makes someone think, wow, I want to talk to this person more.
Yes, that introduction. And today we are going to build it together, step by step, for every situation you might find yourself in. Social events, professional settings, job interviews, new classes, new cities, all of it.
And before we get into it, if our channel is helping you feel more confident in your English every day, please subscribe, like this episode, and share it with your friends and family. We put out a brand new episode every single day. Okay, let's build your perfect introduction.
So, first, let's talk about why most introductions are so forgettable. And the honest answer is because they're just information. Name, job, company, done. Like filling in a form online.
My name is John. I work in finance. Nice to meet you.
And the other person thinks, okay, and then silence, because you gave them nothing to respond to, nothing interesting to grab onto, nothing that opened a door.
A good introduction is not just a list of facts. It is a conversation starter. It opens a door. It gives the other person something to ask about, something to connect with. It shows a little personality, a little energy, a little bit of who you actually are as a person. And that is what makes people remember you. Not your job title, not the company you work for, but you, the actual human being behind the information.
So how do we build that? Let's go through it step by step. Step 1, your name, but better. Because even introducing your name, there are better and more natural ways than just saying, my name is.
Native speakers usually say, I'm Sarah. Simple, direct, completely natural. Or, I'm Sarah. Really glad to meet you. Warm, immediate, friendly. Or, I'm Sarah, but most people just call me Sarah. Personal, relaxed, memorable.
You say, I'm John, the best and most natural option. My name is John, also fine, slightly more formal, works well in interviews. What you want to avoid is saying, I am called John. This is a very common translation mistake from many other languages, and it sounds unnatural in English.
I am called John has a strange feel to it. I'm John is the natural, direct, real version.
And here's something worth thinking about. If your name is a little difficult for people to pronounce, which is completely fine, help them out. Say something like, I'm Alexandra, but Alex is much easier. Feel free to call me Alex.
Warm, practical, and it immediately puts the other person at ease, because now they don't have to worry about getting your name wrong. And that small gesture, making someone feel comfortable right from the start, is actually a very powerful first impression. The best introductions are always thinking about the other person, not just yourself.
Wow, that's actually such a good point. Okay, step 2. What you do, but with some personality. Because I work in marketing is fine, but it's not interesting. It gives information, but it doesn't start a conversation.
So instead of just dropping your job title, add something. A little context, a little color, a little personality. For example, I work in marketing, specifically helping small businesses build their presence online. Suddenly, that's interesting. Suddenly, I want to know more.
Or, I'm a teacher, but not the scary kind. Ha! Immediate personality, immediate warmth. You know exactly what kind of person this is before they've even said anything else.
Or, I work in finance, which sounds a lot more boring than it actually is, I promise. Self-aware, a little funny, completely disarming. The person you are talking to immediately relaxes. The formula here is your job title plus what you actually do day to day, plus one small touch of personality or context. Not just what you're called professionally, but what you actually do and why it matters to you. I'm a nurse. I work in a children's hospital. It's the most exhausting and the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Now I'm genuinely interested. Now I want to ask questions. Now I feel something about this person.
Information, meaning, personality. Those three ingredients every time.
Step 3, where you're from, but with a little story. Because I'm from Spain, fine, but again, not a conversation starter on its own.
You say, I'm originally from Spain, but I've been living in London for about 4 years now. I still miss the food every single day, honestly.
Now someone can ask, oh, what do you miss most? Do you go back often? The conversation has already started before they even had to ask a question.
Or, I grew up in a small town in Portugal, very different from this city. The first year was a real adjustment, but I genuinely love it here now. A little story, a little journey, something honest and real.
Or, I'm from Canada originally. People are always surprised by that because apparently I don't say certain words quite the way they expect. Funny, self-aware, immediately likable.
The formula is where you're from, how long you've been where you are now, and one honest feeling. Not just, I like music. Instead, I play guitar. Badly, but enthusiastically. I've been playing for 2 years and I can now do about 4 chords, which honestly feels like a major achievement at this point.
4 chords is real progress. And now someone wants to ask, oh, what kind of music? Did you teach yourself? The conversation starts naturally and easily without either person forcing it.
That's always the goal. Now, let's talk about specific situations because introducing yourself at a job interview is very different from introducing yourself at a house party. Very different energy, very different language.
Let's start with the job interview. The classic question, tell me about yourself, which sounds so simple but somehow terrifies almost everyone who hears it.
Because it's so wide open, where do you even begin?
The answer is you structure it. You do not just speak randomly and hope for the best. The best structure for a job interview introduction is present, past, future. Start with who you are now and what you currently do, then where you came from, your background and experience, then where you're headed and why you're sitting in that room today.
For example, I'm currently working as a content coordinator at a digital agency where I manage social media and email campaigns for around 10 clients. Before that, I studied communications at university and did internships at 2 different companies, which gave me a really solid practical foundation. I'm looking to move into a more strategic role now, and honestly, when I saw this position, it felt like exactly the right next step.
Present, currently working. Past, studied and interned. Future, looking to move. Clean, clear, confident, and professional. And notice there aren't just facts there. There's meaning too. Why it matters, why you're in that room. Because interviewers don't just want to know what you did, they want to understand who you are and why you're sitting across from them today. Your introduction should answer that before they even have to ask.
Present, past, future. 3 parts, 1 powerful answer. Now, social situations, parties, casual events, new classes, very different from an interview, much more relaxed, much more personal.
The goal in a social setting is not to impress anyone. The goal is to connect. And real connection happens through honesty, warmth, and a tiny bit of vulnerability.
For example, at a party where you do not know many people. Hi, I'm Sarah. I have to be honest, I only know about 2 people here tonight, so I am very glad you came over to say hello. Honest, warm, immediately puts the other person at ease. Because now they feel like, oh good, same situation. We are already on the same team.
Or, I'm John. I came with my friend Oliver, but I have completely lost him somewhere in this apartment, so right now I am pretending to check my phone while actually just hoping someone interesting would come talk to me.
That is so relatable. Everyone has been in that exact situation at some point.
And the honesty and humor immediately make you likable because you are not performing, you are not trying to impress anyone, you are just being human. And humans connect with humans far more than they connect with impressive people putting on a show.
That is genuinely the secret of every good social introduction. Be real, be warm, be a little bit honest about how you feel in the moment. People will love you for it every time.
Now, professional settings that are not interviews, networking events, industry conferences, work mixers, the energy here sits somewhere between an interview and a party. Professional but not stiff, friendly but not too casual.
You say, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I work in content strategy. Basically, I help brands figure out what to say and how to say it. What brought you to this event?" Notice what happened there? Introduce yourself, explain what you do in a simple and interesting way, and then immediately ask them something.
Because a great introduction always turns into a question. You're not meant to talk about yourself for 5 minutes straight. You introduce briefly and then you invite the other person in.
I'm John. I'm in product development. I'm always curious what draws people to events like this one. Is this your first time here? Introduction, brief explanation, question. Done. And now the conversation belongs to both of you equally.
That is the key difference between someone who is great at networking and someone who just talks at people. The great networkers introduce themselves briefly and then they listen. They listen far more than they talk. And people love, absolutely love being listened to.
So your best introduction is actually followed by your best listening. That might be one of the most genuinely useful things we have said today.
I think so too. Now, some advanced phrases that make any introduction sound more natural and confident. Instead of "nice to meet you," which is fine but very standard, try "really lovely to meet you," or "so glad we finally got introduced," or "I've actually heard great things about you," or "really nice to finally put a face to the name." That last one, if you have heard of the person before, is so warm and natural, it immediately makes the other person feel good.
Instead of "I work in," which is basic and flat, try "I spend most of my time," or "what I do is essentially," or "my work revolves around." These sound so much more conversational, more like a real person talking rather than someone reading their LinkedIn profile out loud.
Instead of "I am from," which is fine but a little flat on its own, try "I grew up in," or "I'm originally from but I've been here for," or "home for me is, though I've moved around quite a bit." Each of these opens a door, invites a follow-up question, keeps the conversation moving.
That is always the goal. Open the door, do not close it. Always invite, always connect. Now let's do something fun. John, give me a bad introduction and I will tell you how to fix it.
Oh, the before and after. I love this. Okay, bad introduction. Ready?
Ready.
Hi, my name is John. I work in finance. I enjoy traveling in my free time. Nice to meet you.
Wow, John, memorable for all the wrong reasons. What was wrong with it?
Everything was just information, no personality, no story, no open door, and "I enjoy traveling" tells you absolutely nothing specific or interesting about me.
So how do we fix it?
Hey, I'm John. I work in finance, specifically in risk management, which sounds very intense, but I actually love the puzzle of it. Outside of work, I've been getting into landscape photography lately. I spent last weekend completely lost somewhere in the countryside with just a camera, which was either very peaceful or slightly concerning, depending on how you look at it.
Wow, so much better. Now I want to ask, what kind of landscapes do you shoot? Where did you go? The conversation started completely naturally.
Exactly. Same person, same basic information, completely different feeling. Because the second version had personality, specific details, a little humor, and an open door. And that open door, the photography story, that's what the whole conversation builds on from there.
Always give them an open door. Always. Okay, final tips, quick and powerful. Tip 1, be specific, not generic. Do not say, "I enjoy music." Say, "I've been learning to play the bass guitar for about a year, and I'm still pretty terrible, but I absolutely love it." Tip 2, turn the spotlight. After your introduction, always ask them something. Make it about them. People love talking about themselves more than almost anything else.
Tip 3, match the energy of the room. Interview means professional and structured. Party means warm and relaxed. Networking event means somewhere thoughtfully in the middle. Tip 4, don't overintroduce. You don't need to tell your whole life story in one go. 2 or 3 genuinely interesting things, then stop. Less really is more.
Tip 5, smile, breathe, and slow down. People who speak slowly and clearly always come across as more confident than people who rush through their words.
Tip 6, and this is important, practice out loud. Not just in your head, but actually out loud. In front of a mirror, while making coffee, to your dog, wherever, but out loud. Because English that only lives inside your head never becomes truly natural. It has to come out through your voice, repeatedly, until it starts to feel like yours.
And before we finish, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Introducing yourself in any language takes courage. You are putting yourself out there. You are saying, here I am, this is me. And doing that in English, in a second language, that courage is even greater. Because you are not just sharing who you are doing it with all the grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation that comes with speaking in English.
And that is something to be genuinely proud of every single time. Every time you introduce yourself in English, you are doing something brave. And with everything from today, you are doing something brave and impressive at the same time.
So the next time someone says, tell me about yourself, you are more than ready.
You have absolutely got this, every single one of you. If this episode gave you more confidence for your English, please like it. Subscribe to the Native English Podcast.
Brought to you by Native English Stories. And don't forget to check out Pinned Comment. We have left a little challenge for you there. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
See you in the next episode. Bye, listeners.
Bye-bye.